Hello, my name is Jennifer and welcome to my tutorial how to get to Sixam, and I'll also go over what is there when you get there as well as how you can edit the lot. Now this family I'm using is my family that I am currently using for my Jungle Adventures Let's Play. Just as a background, I'll put a link down below if you want to check that out. But right now I have shrunk the family a little bit just so that I have less people around to make it easier to do the tutorial itself. Now to start with, there are two ways you can get to Sixam, and of course you do need the Get to Work expansion pack to be able to go to Sixam. One way is if you have a rocket ship and you are at level 10, or you have a sim who is at level 10 of the rocket science skill, you can add a wormhole generator to your rocket ship as an upgrade, which I will show you now because we have not actually added that to the rocket ship. This is my, obviously the lot where they live, and I'm going to go by. I have a little rocket silo down here. They have already built their rocket ship. It is also upgraded somewhat. So I'm going to have him install the wormhole generator, and both Joel, who I have had asked to install it, and his son Mason both have maxed the rocket science skill, so they can both work on this upgrade. But Mason's fiance is only level 3 of rocket science, so she does not have the option. I'm going to go down a little bit so I can get to it. Here, she does not have the option, as you can see, to do it. It says requires level 10 of rocket science skill. So once they are finished, I will be back because it just takes a little bit of time for them to do it. It doesn't seem like they want to do it. So let me try it again. I'll be back once it's done. Actually, they're still working on it, but I just wanted to show you that with Mason, because he's level 10, he has the option here to upgrade, continue installing the generator, because I did manage. I don't know why it didn't work the first time, but it's working fine. I thought maybe something was in the way, but I don't think that was the case. But for Chloe, who doesn't have level 10 of rocket science skill, it is grayed out that she can't do any upgrades because the current upgrade is above her level. So now I will be back once the upgrade is installed. So I have a message now that the upgrade is complete. I did manage to get them both here working on it, though I had to have Mason come downstairs and then he came and helped before he kept canceling the interaction. Building and upgrading rocket ships is not fun, but going out into space on the rocket ship is. If you do any of the missions, exploring space, that is fun for Sims. But building also depletes their hygiene, so I'm going to take care of them for a little bit. But before I do that, this is, so here we can travel through the wormhole, and that is what's going to take you to Sixam. And now you do not need to worry about your rocket science skill. Anyone can travel through the wormhole once the upgrade has been added to the rocket ship. So as you could see, which I just showed you there, I was on Chloe for this one, and I'll show you again. She has the option to travel through the wormhole. Of course, you have to be a teen or older to use the rocket ship, so no one younger could use it, but you do not need any rocket science skill to use a rocket ship, and you don't need any to build a rocket ship. But to do certain upgrades, you need certain levels of skills. So I'm going to look after them in terms of their, see, he needs some fun and some hygiene, and I expect the same is probably true. His fun was probably better in the first place, but he needs some hygiene. So I'll be back as soon as they're looked after, and we will take them to Sixam. And now one thing I did say is that there's two ways to go to Sixam, and one way anyone can do, which is by having a rocket ship and upgrading it once you've maxed your rocket science skill. The other way, you need to be a scientist, and it so happens that Mason is a scientist, and you also need to be at the top of the scientist career for the option to come up to do. But we're going to go with Mason to work and see how that is after we have experienced Sixam through the rocket ship first. So I decided, since Mason is going to try and go to Sixam through his work, that we would take Joel here. So we're going to have him travel through the wormhole, and that will he will go into the rocket ship, and then it will take off into space, and we'll get a loading screen as usual before we get to Sixam. So there's Joel in his rocket science outfit. Rocket astronaut outfit, to be exact. It's nighttime, so you can see it going off. I'll be back. Which I said I'd be back, but here's the message you get. Through the wormhole. The ship hurtles through the wormhole and emerges near an alien planet. A series of odd noises comes from the on-ship radio, and Joel is suddenly teleported off his ship. Now we're going to beam down, and then we will be in Sixam. So we're here, and this is the lot, and there's the wormhole generator, which is something you create in the scientist's career also, but it does need an upgrade to be able to travel to Sixam, which is what we're going to go over when we go with Mason to work. And there are lots of collectibles here that you can go around and collect. I'm not really going to have him really collect things because, or maybe I'll have him collect a couple of things while he's here. And I'm going to go into tab mode so we have a bit more freedom with looking around. So you can see there's what it looks like. It's always going to be night here, and seasons is not going to affect Sixam, which is what honestly I would expect, because I mean it is a different planet, so I wouldn't necessarily think that the weather down on Sim Earth would be the same as in Sixam. So there's some looks, and you can walk around and you can see eventually some aliens will come around and walk in the neighborhood, but there's nothing really on the lot itself, as you can see, other than you can come here with the scientist's career, and then there's a party going on in that case. You can, again, with this, if you do the control, as with the other lots, the lot is not editable with the same as the other secret worlds, but if you do Control Shift C, bb.enablefreebuild, it lets you build. So you can place things here, and you can then go into build mode, and you can add some things. I sometimes have bathrooms, but my Sims all have the steel bladder trait, so they don't need it. So I'm not going to actually edit the lot at all. But that's it, and you can walk around all over the place into the neighborhood. And there are 2 plants. There's some special crystals up here, and then if you analyze the crystals, you can get the special elements, or if you send them out, you can get the special element. There's one special element that comes with Get to Work that's from those. It's Xeno something or other. I can't pronounce it. But if you just practice analysis on the analysis machine that I think also came with Get to Work, you can sometimes just get elements in general, and you can get that element when you're doing that. And of course with Jungle Adventures you can also, and see that's this is, oh, there we go, there's an alien. Is it one that we've already met? I'm curious. We're going to say he has not met this alien, so we will have him do a cheerful introduction to him. Now, one interesting thing to note, we'll go where he is and follow him if we can, is that with the other Sims, is unlike with the other secret worlds, you cannot bring the Sims here. You can switch control to them, but you can't bring them here. So only one Sim can go to Sixam at a time, which is a little interesting. And we'll see, where is he? I don't remember where the rock was. Is it this one that he's going to? So he found a hematite. So that's just a regular crystal. That's not the special crystal, but there are a couple of crystals that are specifically from the planet that you can also find when you're here. And there are a couple of, I think there's 3 plants if I remember correctly. I'm just trying to look around. So that's all you do, is you just look around. So that might be the same one. And you can see, oh, has he? Not even trying to hide it. Yeah, of course he's not. He's totally in his alien outfit, which is what you would expect because we are on an alien planet. So, and then there's some regular dig sites, as you can see here, as well as the special ones that look like they're alien crystals. So what I'm trying to do is show you the plants. But you just really have to go around, and it has actually been a little while since I've been to Sixam. I'm seeing lots of crystals. Lots and lots and lots of crystals. You've got like the fang tree. And it's very eerie looking, and I don't know why I can't find any of the plants, unless it's just that I'm too soon. Yeah, there it is. That's a wild quill plant. So that's one of them, but I can't get to it because it's not, and that's an orb stalk, so that's another one. So that's why I'm not seeing it, because you need to hang out a little while for it to come up. I don't think you have to stay that long, or you didn't used to from what I remember, which is why I was kind of expecting it already to be here. But, I'm just looking for more. I thought they were just because sometimes the dig spots look like dirt on Earth, and there's the wild tentacle tree. So those are the 3 plants: the tentacle tree, the orb, and the quill fruit. So, but they're not available. So hopefully, when we come back with Mason with his work, they will be. But oh, and there it is. That's one, I think. Yeah. So we can harvest. That's the tentacle tree. So we got one. It's available right now. So we're going to have him harvest that one since we're here. Why not take it? And then I'm going to take him. I'll show you how you go back home. Essentially, you click on that wormhole generator and let's see. Here, you click on it and you return home. And that's it. And you can return home with other people, but you can only come on your own because it doesn't seem like you can, like I said, it didn't show the option for you to be able to bring someone here. And I'm just curious, can I, yeah, so you can't chat, you're on another planet, so you can't contact him, which makes a lot of sense. So now I am going to return home by himself, and I will be back when Mason goes to work. Well, Mason's at work, so I've had him do most of his work tasks, but for some reason the bottom option isn't coming up when I select him, which is actually a funny little note. It's Mason's son, who is an alien, and I had got a pop-up that the aliens had invaded, but I had moved him temporarily out to Mason's sister's house, so I guess it just pulled from any aliens in the world and brought him to work, which is kind of, I was like, what's he doing here? But anyways, I am going to go ahead with what we need to do. So this is a wormhole generator, and it looks the same as what you saw on the planet Sixam, but right now, maybe what I'll do is I'll pull it back off. You can see, and you can get this from the debug mode. You can get the wormhole generator, but you need to do an upgrade to it to be able to allow you to travel to Sixam. So just getting it doesn't help because you need to upgrade it also. So if you look here, we have the option to upgrade the Electrolux wormhole generator. So without that, you can't travel. You can attempt alien contact, you can test the alien environment, and it's already been calibrated, so that option is not there. And if you calibrate it, it's more likely to have these other things, you know, work better for you, but we need to upgrade the Electrolux wormhole generator, which often is a work task, but I haven't got it for him because that wasn't what it was. But you can't travel, like I said, without that being done. So I'm just going to put it, you drag it over to the brain, to the inventor, what is this called again? I can't remember, the robot. But and then once it's on there, you then have the option to upgrade the Electroflux wormhole generator. So I'm going to have him do that, and it's just your usual anything you do where you either are upgrading or inventing. If you're upgrading something, you drag it over to the invention machine, and if you are inventing, you just need to have things in your inventory. You do not require anything else to do the upgrades, you just do the upgrades. Now once it's done, you can travel to Sixam whenever you want, and anyone, I would guess, teen up, but we can test that to see whether Caden can do it. We'll bring him back into the household just because I'm curious. I've never tried to go with anybody other than a teen or up. But nothing, it'll be exactly the same as how we experienced it when we went with Joel with nothing there. So what I want to do is there is also usually a work task where you have to go to Sixam, and then there's going to be a big party up there. So I'm going to just sort of play until that comes up, and it'll be what comes up at the beginning of the day. But I didn't expect it to come up because we hadn't had an upgraded wormhole generator, so we weren't able to go to space as it was. So here I'm going to hit play so that he's actually completed with it. So if I now drag that off and just place it anywhere, you can then travel to alien world. So and since Caden's not currently in my household and I can't control him right now, I can't check with him, but so that's there. And like I said, anyone can use this to go to the alien world. You do not have to be a scientist. You just need to be a scientist to either make it, or you can use the cheat to get that, or you do need to be a scientist to upgrade it, and you need to be at level 10 for that option to upgrade it to come up. So you can use cheats to get your sim to be level 10 of the scientist career, and then just do it that way. Get the basic one, put it in your inventory and put it on, and then upgrade it. I've done that when I needed, like I wanted to clone someone for something. It wasn't like, so I just got the cloning machine from the debug mode, the bb.show hidden objects cheat, and then debug, and I got it out, but I wanted to clone a sim, so therefore I had to put a sim into the scientist career and take the sim to work and make sure I had, I cheated to promote them to the level they needed to be, and then I upgraded it so I could actually use it to clone. So that's why I know that the same thing is true with this particular item. So I will be back. I'm just going to keep playing through like different days of work until he actually gets the option to do the party, so you can see what the party is like on Sixam when you're in the scientist career and you travel that way. So Mason had a nice weekend and he came back to work on Monday morning, and we got this pop-up, which is the other way that I want to show you how to go to Sixam. And the message is, we are not alone. Today is an exciting day. Assuming the Electroflex Wormhole Generator is built and operational, we have been given information that a special event is happening on the alien world. We should go check it out and represent our species well. Okay, so that's the pop-up. You get a pop-up all the time when you go to the scientist career every day, but that is today's. So that means our goal is to travel to the alien world, which we did upgrade it when we were at work the other day. So here we go. That option was already there, as you would have seen, which was a little while ago for me, but instantly probably for you, because I cut out the whole weekend. So I'm going to have him travel to the alien world. There he is. And let's see how it goes. So there, we get a loading screen. I'll be back. So now that we're at the alien world, you'll see that the options have changed over here for what we need to do, and the workday ends at the same time. You can do the usual stuff. So, and here's what the actual alien lot looks like. So these were all empty except for the wormhole generator. Everything else was different from how it is here. So you just, not that it matters. So when you come with this, if you want to get your workday completed, you just have to do the various interactions like you normally do, which means chat with aliens 10 times, do various things, and then obviously you'll get additional things as time goes by. But this was really the main thing, was that I wanted to show you that this is how it looks like when you come for a workday with a scientist career when you are prompted to go to Sixam. It's a little different because there's things set up and activities that they suggest you do and whatnot. And sometimes you'll see aliens that you meet down on the planet up here, though. So sometimes they'll not even be in their alien. In the past, when I've done it, they've been like dressed in their non-alien disguises, but they all seem to be dressed in alien outfits this time. So that is the other way you can get here. And one thing I'm going to do when he gets home from work, and I have the wormhole generator with me, I'm going to double check whether or not Caden, who is his son, who is a child, can use it to travel. But my expectation is he can't, but I guess we'll find out, and I'll just put a little note up above as to what the answer to that is, because I have to like play through the day and whatnot. It'll take me a little bit of time to get to that, because I forgot to bring it home with me when he went home for the weekend. So but that is going to be it for this tutorial. So there were 2 ways that you can get to Sixam. One is by getting to level 10 of the rocket science skill and then upgrading it to have a wormhole generator and traveling that way. And the other way is to reach the top of the scientist career and upgrade the wormhole generator, which is an invention that you make, which you can also get through the by debug mode, and with the cheat bb.show hidden objects. But you do need to be in the scientist career because you have to upgrade it, as I showed you, to be able to have it allow you to travel to Sixam. And you can just go on your own, or you can go when prompted for a workday, in which case you'll have this party going on. But that is it for this tutorial. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye! This has been Jennifer. If you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them below. I'd love to see them. If you liked the video, please leave a like. And if you'd like to see more videos that challenge Let's Plays, tutorials, and occasional speed builds, please subscribe if you haven't already done so. Thanks very much!